The stage is set. Switzerland versus Canada could be the most underrated thriller of the tournament. Some games arrive with massive headlines, superstar storylines, and endless media attention. Others quietly sneak onto the schedule, waiting for the perfect moment to shock the world. Switzerland versus Canada belongs firmly in the second category. At first glance, casual fans might overlook this matchup. There are bigger names, more decorated histories, and teams with larger global followings. But that is exactly why this contest deserves everyone's attention. This is not just another group stage game. This is a battle between two nations that have everything to gain and absolutely nothing to lose. For Canada, the mission is simple: continue proving that the country's football revolution is real. For decades, Canada lived in the shadows of traditional football powers. Today, that story has changed dramatically. A new generation of fearless talent has transformed expectations. The world no longer sees Canada as a participant, it sees Canada as a contender. Switzerland, meanwhile, has built a reputation as one of international football's most disciplined and resilient teams. They may not always dominate headlines, but year after year they find ways to compete with the world's elite. They are organized, intelligent, and incredibly difficult to break down. When these two teams step onto the field, contrasting philosophies collide. Canada thrives on pace, aggression, and momentum. Switzerland thrives on structure, patience, and precision. The result could be 90 minutes of tactical warfare where every decision matters. What makes this matchup fascinating is the pressure surrounding it. Canada enters the game carrying enormous confidence. Recent performances have shown an attacking side capable of overwhelming opponents. The team has embraced a bold identity that reflects the confidence of a nation experiencing a football boom. Players are no longer satisfied with simply reaching major tournaments. They want to leave a mark. The challenge is whether that confidence can survive against a Swiss side that rarely loses its composure. Switzerland specializes in frustrating opponents. Teams often begin matches against the Swiss believing they can impose their style. By the final whistle, many discovered they have spent most of the game chasing shadows, struggling to find space, and growing increasingly desperate. That psychological battle may become the defining story of this match. Can Canada remain patient if opportunities do not arrive early? Can Switzerland handle Canada's speed when transitions become chaotic? These questions create the tension that every great sporting event needs. American sports fans understand the appeal of clashes like this. Think about a high-powered offense facing an elite defense. Think about a young challenger trying to prove it belongs against an experienced veteran. Think about a team fueled by emotion facing a team built on discipline. That is exactly what Switzerland versus Canada represents. The individual battles across the field will be equally compelling. Every loose ball will feel significant. Every counterattack will carry danger. Every defensive mistake could alter the entire trajectory of the group. The margins separating victory and defeat at this level are incredibly thin. One moment, one save, one tackle, one shot. That is all it takes. Another reason this match deserves attention is what it could mean beyond the final score. For Canada, a strong result would further validate years of investment in player development and infrastructure. The country's football culture has evolved rapidly, and success on the biggest stage would reinforce the belief that Canadian football is entering a new era. For Switzerland, victory would strengthen a reputation built through consistency and professionalism. While many nations experience dramatic highs and lows, Switzerland has quietly remained competitive year after year. Their ability to stay relevant despite constant changes in international football is remarkable. This creates a fascinating contrast between emergence and establishment. One nation is writing a new chapter, the other is protecting a legacy. Fans often remember tournaments because of moments that nobody predicted: a dramatic upset, a last-minute goal, a breakthrough performance, a star-making display. Switzerland versus Canada feels like the kind of game capable of producing exactly that. The atmosphere surrounding the contest only adds to the intrigue. Canadian supporters have embraced this generation with extraordinary passion. Every major tournament appearance feels like proof of how far the program has come. Expectations continue rising, and fans now believe their team can compete with anyone. Swiss supporters bring a different energy. They expect professionalism. They expect organization. They expect results. That confidence comes from years of watching their national team deliver when it matters most. When these fan bases collide, the energy inside the stadium will be impossible to ignore. Momentum is another factor that could shape the outcome. Football often rewards confidence. Teams playing with belief become more aggressive, more creative, and more dangerous. Canada's recent rise has created exactly that environment. Players appear willing to take risks. They trust one another, they play without fear. Yet football also rewards experience. Switzerland has spent years navigating pressure-packed situations against some of the world's strongest opponents. They understand tournament football. They understand how to manage emotions. Most importantly, they understand how to survive difficult moments. That experience could become invaluable if the match becomes tense late in the second half. The tactical chess match between the coaching staff should not be overlooked either. Modern football is increasingly defined by preparation. Managers spend countless hours analyzing opponents, identifying weaknesses, and creating game plans. Both coaching staffs know the importance of this fixture. Expect adjustments, expect surprises, expect moments where strategy becomes just as important as talent. A single tactical decision could completely alter the flow of the game. Perhaps the most exciting aspect of this matchup is its unpredictability. Many games enter with a clear favorite. This one does not. Both teams possess legitimate reasons to believe they can win. Both teams possess strengths capable of changing the game. Both teams understand what is at stake. That uncertainty creates suspense from the opening whistle. Fans tuning in will not simply be watching a football match. They will be watching a contest filled with ambition, pressure, pride, and opportunity. Every pass will carry meaning. Every challenge will carry intensity. Every minute will push one team closer to a dream while forcing the other to confront disappointment. That is what makes sports unforgettable. Not the predictions, not the rankings, not the reputations. The possibility that something extraordinary might happen. As kickoff approaches, one thing is certain. Neither Switzerland nor Canada intends to play the role of supporting actor. Both believe they belong in the spotlight. Both believe this moment belongs to them. And when 90 minutes of determination, strategy, emotion, and national pride collide on the world's biggest stage, fans should expect drama. Maybe it will be a tactical masterclass. Maybe it will be a goal-filled spectacle. Maybe it will come down to a single moment that changes everything. Whatever happens, do not make the mistake of overlooking this game. Because sometimes the matches that receive the least attention end up delivering the biggest surprises. Switzerland versus Canada has all the ingredients of a tournament classic waiting to happen. The only question left is who will seize the moment when the world is watching.